Hi everybody, Nick McDonald speaking. Welcome to this week's US dollar index and currency market update. Looking at the currencies here and starting with the dollar index, it's an absolute pleasure to look at these charts as compared to stock charts right now. I just recorded the Russell 2000 update, and the Russell as well as other index markets are really volatile, really choppy. Now I like volatility, don't get me wrong, I love movement, but I love it when it's in a clear direction. And what we've got now, we had a big move down, a big move back up, and we've got no clear direction there. And I like nice, clean, flowing charts. And what we've got here on the currency charts, and especially here on the dollar index, is a nice, clean, flowing chart. Nice move down, nice move up, nice move down, nice move up, nice move down, and we just had a nice move back up. And we're now looking at this and thinking, right, where will we join that downtrend? Where's that downtrend likely to continue? And then we think, should we join that downtrend? Because obviously we've got major support down here that we've been talking about for months. So we've come down there, we've bounced off that level pretty much as expected last week. Had a little nudge below, as is always possible. These are zones rather than absolute precision points. But we can define the point with precision and then know the price is likely to turn somewhere around that level. And we've done exactly that. Now we're having a little rally. Question is, will we pull back to this monthly sell zone, which is a possibility, or will we pull back to this weekly sell zone based on the averages here, which would only be around about, not that far at all, maybe another 100-point rally, or will we continue down from where we are now on the daily chart, because the daily chart's had a decent pullback, and we're right on that moving average sell zone. So let's start from the top, start from the monthly chart. This is starting to look bearish. We've got support there definitely, but it's starting to look like it'll break down through. And the reason is that we've made this lower high. The momentum is very clearly to the downside. We identified this last week that each high has still been lower than the previous high, even as we make equal lows. This means momentum is building to the downside for a downside break. So I'm looking for a breakdown through there. It's just a matter of really timing entry into that. The daily chart backs it up, been in a good strong downtrend, really backing it up. I'd look for reasons to enter any short trade here. However, I'd also be more cautious on any short trade while I'm above that support level, because that support level is something in the way of my target, something that could potentially stop the price from going lower. So it has to be a time for caution until we break down through there. The weekly chart is the only place we get slightly mixed bag there in terms of we're at support and now we're starting to rally. And it's showing signs, and this is just again a line I drew in last week, but it's showing signs of maybe pulling back in to around about that zone, around about 77, 70 up to 78, maybe even up towards 79, somewhere up into that weekly chart sell zone. So really all I'm looking for here is a lower high and a chance to get short before we break down through that level, and probably adding to the trade as we do break down through that level. So the question now becomes, do I take a trade on a daily or do I wait for a weekly pullback? And the answer is I let the chart tell me what to do. So right now we're pulling back. I'm expecting a lower high, be it coming soon on the daily chart, or be it a bit of a stronger rally on the daily, which will just be a pullback into this weekly sell zone. What are we looking for? Something on the candles to tell me the price is turning around. So for example, when price rallies, let's look back here, we had 4 good strong bullish candles, a red candle, then a breakdown through it. Coming up here we had 3 out of 4 good strong bullish candles, a red bearish candle, and a breakdown through it. We're just starting to rally up now, and we just need to see the candles even go right back to this high. 4 bullish candles, a red candle, then a breakdown through. I'm really just looking for that red candle and then a breakdown through it. So for the candles now, they're likely to be bullish. I'll stay with this trend on the upside, very, very short-term intraday, until I see any reason for it to turn around. That will be a red candle on a daily chart, then a breakdown through. We might not even get that on the daily, and it might come more on the weekly in terms of if the weekly starts to have a really good pullback, I'll just wait for that. See, same thing that's happened here. We run down, we pull up, red candle, breaks down. We run up, we pull back, red candle, took a while to break down, but eventually does. We come down, we pull back, red candle, breaks down. So all I'm really waiting for, basic, looking for the shift from buying to selling. There's a downtrend here. I want to join the downtrend. At the moment, though, we've got buying pressure. I want to wait and let the candles tell me when that buying pressure turns from buying back to selling, when sellers take control, and that's when I want to join in. Let's have a quick look at some of the other major markets right now, because dollar Swiss is another one which has just got a beautiful downtrend, moved down, pulled back to the averages, moved down again, pulled back to the averages, right in that sell zone now. Unlike the dollar index, this is much closer to its weekly sell zone, which is also a good thing. We've got some support through here around about 9,400. So dollar Swiss is really just backing up my decision there to be bearish on the dollar. And the other one is dollar yen. Now there's a lot of intervention in this particular currency pair, so it's a difficult one to really talk about technically. However, I still, regardless of what anybody is doing, whatever any central banks might be doing to intervene here, I still purely look at technicals. I understand there's a little bit more risk involved because of intervention. However, I'm still just looking at technicals to make my decision. And we're at major support through here. Major support now becoming resistance. It's become resistance in the past. We're up there. We've got these small candles. And if we can start to break down through here, this is looking very bearish. We've moved down, we've pulled right back into the sell zone, small candles. If we can just break down through there, when I say break down through there, I mean breaking down through the lows of these small candles. If we can break down through there, it's looking very bearish as well. So that's a couple of things looking bearish on the US dollar. Dollar Swiss looking pretty poorly. Same with dollar yen. And then just coming back and wrapping things up on the dollar index. Everything is looking good for a move down, but we need to wait for the charts to give that entry. It could be a daily chart entry, it could be a weekly chart entry, it could even be a bigger pullback, and it could be a monthly chart entry. I think that's looking less likely. But all of these things to take into account as well. If we get any chance to be entering short and for the longer term downtrend, we've really got to also be taking into account that there is major support in the way. There's always a chance of price bouncing off that level. Therefore, for me, I'd be looking to take a short entry, joining the trend on the daily or the weekly chart, and probably adding to my position if I get a good reason to, as price breaks down through, and if price breaks down through this major support here on the monthly. If, of course, we get a really strong finish to the month this month and we get a strong bullish candle and next month breaks up through the high of that candle, that might change my view to the upside. It might start to look more like we're going to bounce up through. Right now, the probability is looking to the downside, but I will let the charts tell me the story. And if that doesn't happen, doesn't eventuate, and I start to see reasons that I think price might bounce off this monthly support level, then I'll change my mind very quickly and I'll look for a move to the upside. But for now, it's looking like a move lower. Happy trading, everybody. I hope that helps. Speak to you soon.